Here at Strode Orthodontics, we are a single doctor practice, which means that I am the only orthodontist here in the practice. I will be the one guiding you through your care journey. With our experienced staff, your appointments will be more efficient and more comfortable. We love treating kids as well as adults. We want you to be happy with your experience during orthodontic treatment as well as your smile at the end. I love when patients tell me that their smile has improved their confidence and their quality of life, because a smile is for a lifetime.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Welcome back to our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live, continuing our coaches' interviews into the playoffs as I'm joined by the running backs coach of the Spring Hill Broncos, Coach Evan Gray. Coach, thanks for taking the time and talking with me today.
You got it. Happy to be here.
First question for you, kind of just your overall thoughts from last week's game against Lewisburg. Team put up the second most rushing yards this season at 342 combined against the Wildcats. Talk to me about what went well and kind of your key takeaways in that.
Well, obviously, our kids were prepared, but there was just a whole nother level of excitement. I think maybe just a little bit of the cold finally came, some rain. And our guys just showed up in a different mindset, and they were just ready to go. You could tell the energy was high. I'm not sure that Lewisburg was quite ready to match that energy, and we were able to just start fast, made a couple of big plays, and just started to roll from there. So it was an exciting night, but the kids just played well. They were prepared and excited to play, and I think, again, it was just maybe a little bit of cold in the air that felt more like football, and they were excited. So it was a fun night.
And you had 200-yard rushers in that game. Mason Dodson had 103 on just 5 carries, which is impressive. And then Hank had 101 on 10 carries. So he's averaging a first down a carry, basically, him and Mason Dodson. You throw Jordan Miller in there as well, who had just 64 yards on 5 carries, but that's also first down a carry. I mean, talk to me about how two-dimensional this team is based off of, they can do their normal ability as well outside of Hank, of course, running the football, but also they're such weapons on the ground when they use their legs. I mean, talk to me about the two-dimensional approach you see with your guys and how they use that to their ability.
Yeah, both Mason and Hank have their own style of running. But obviously, Hank's a big, strong kid. He, like you said, he keeps his feet moving, and it generally takes more than one guy that's going to take him down. Mason, is a scat back. He's a true quick, can make people miss, understands angles, knows how to set up a tackler from, a few yards away, and also catches the ball really well, so we can leave both those guys on the field but get into multiple formations. But just the one thing I enjoy about both of them is their consistency. Both of them are mature. They come to practice and work hard. They understand our plays. They understand where they're supposed to hit. So not only athletically are they, talented kids and hardworking kids, but from a scheme perspective, they understand our offense. They understand how all 11 players work together, and it just helps them to be successful. And then obviously Jordan is just a great leader. Is able to put us in good situations, make good reads. So it's fun to watch all three of those guys run the ball. They all do it a little bit different and have a different style, but all three are able to have success, and certainly that permeates throughout our offense and our team when they get going.
And my partner Jonesy and I, we talk about how Hank's vision has really improved from last year. And that's not saying he didn't have good vision last year. That's just saying how Hank is seeing the field. And, you know, talk to me about when you got to this summer, what was kind of the key emphasis on getting Hank, ready for this season in certain aspects that you felt that, there's definitely needed to be improvement and also some stuff that you wanted to see more of from Hank.
Yeah, the one thing I can't take a lot of credit for Hank. Obviously, when I showed up and they said, "Hey, there's your running back," I thought, "Boy, we're going to be in pretty good shape," because he's such a hardworking kid, lives in the weight room and all that. The only thing that, was different or needed some improvement is just our overall scheme. I think the offense last year and the way the program is run is a lot of zone type schemes where we're pulling guys. We're running counter and trap, and it's just a different style of attack. And so over the summer, once they kind of learned, hey, this is the timing of when trap hits, or this is my footwork when I'm running, zone or whatever it might be, just being able to get on the same page and understand where those plays are supposed to hit. And now he's just playing with a lot of confidence. There's no thinking going on at this point in the season. Everyone understands, how our offense works and where to go, and they can just play fast. I will say one thing we worked on with Hank is a stiff arm. Yeah, I noticed early in the season, the summer, he was kind of letting guys get into his legs. I said, Hank, you're a big, strong guy. Get that ball in the outside arm and use that stiff arm, and I think that's really helped him a little bit just to say, the first guy coming in, if you put your head down, you're not going to tackle me. It's going to take several guys to get to the ball to actually get him down on the ground.
And kind of looking into that game as well, there's been a lot of, younger guys that once the score gets to be high, that you'll let the guys run in. So you've had Blake Caldwell, Sam Abbott, Levi Schrum, just a list of guys that have come into that running back spot and do it well. I mean, you know, the youth is certainly there for Spring Hill, and we're going to have a lot of great running backs here in the next couple of years as well. I mean, talk to me about the running back group outside of Hank and Mason and what you've seen from them.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun in those games when we are able to have some success to know that, every single kid dressed on a Friday is going to play. I think we've been able to do that against Emporia, and we're able to do it last week. That gets them used to Friday Night Lights. Those guys do a great job. This year's JV schedule is a little tough with just some of the programs we played and the numbers or injuries that they might have. So they didn't get as many games as you typically would see. So it's great to get them into the game and let them get some action against varsity players, on a Friday night. And you're right, there's a lot of depth there. Seen a lot of good things throughout them for the year. And also, those kids also work hard. I mean, they work hard in the weight room. They work hard at practice. They're focused, and they know, there's only so many touches that goes around. So there's a lot of good, healthy competition with that group as well.
And you mentioned the competition. There's been also, you mentioned the great chemistry of this group. I mean, of course, you being on the staff for the first time this season. I mean, talk to me about what you've seen on the coaching side as well, the chemistry with you and the offensive coaches and, your chemistry with your players as well. I mean, it certainly definitely has to be, a lot of great chemistry in that room.
Yeah, there has, and this was a learning experience for a lot of people. Just going back to the summer with Coach Bouchard, getting hired and assembling the staff and seeing who is going to stay and what new faces were going to be around. So there was a lot of change and there was a lot of new going on. But there's one thing that stood out very early, especially with Coach Bouchard, and that is the development of relationships and positive relationships throughout the staff and with the players. We're intentional with that. It doesn't just happen. And it's just been fun getting to know the kids in this program and the other coaches. There's a wealth of knowledge of our coaches from different levels, different areas, different position groups that are able to bring all the knowledge and experience they have. But we work on it. We work on spending time away from football, talking to each other, and then spending time with one another, getting families together, etc. So it's a great group. There's a lot of football knowledge, but also there's just a lot of we understand it's more than football sometimes, and positive relationships with the kids, with the coaches, and building that community within our program is really important. And I think Coach Bouchard did a great job of instilling that within the group.
And he's certainly done another phenomenal job. Back-to-back 7-1 seasons for the Broncos in the past few years. I mean, and you look at how this new conference is going to only elevate your squad next year. It certainly is going to be exciting to see, of course, for the guys that, they're going to be playing really good 5A competition. And, we've seen like Baser undefeated this year, and also Topeka Seaman, DeSoto, all really good years. I mean, I'm sure you're definitely excited about this year, but of course, this year you're looking forward to, a nice playoff run, but of course, taking it one game at a time. And we'll tap on this game ahead in JC Harmon, who they come into 1-7, but they play in a really solid conference against a bunch of schools around the Kansas City area. What have you seen on tape from them?
Yeah, they've obviously had a tough year, but you're right, they do play some tough teams. It looks like just their numbers are down a little bit, from even where they were in the beginning of the season, watching them on film, but. We respect all of our opponents. This is the playoffs, and records do not matter anymore. And even seeding doesn't matter. It's just about who is going to show up, who's going to play, and handling your business. So they've got some guys that can run around. They have some good athletes on the field that, if you let them get free, are going to be able to make yards, make first down. So, but I think our kids have done a really great job this week of staying in the moment, 1 week at a time. We prepared the same way as far as scouting reports, film, practice schedules, etc. Nothing really changes for us, and that's kind of our standard and how we're going to attack it, regardless of who we're going to play. So we certainly have a lot of respect for them. We're looking forward to Friday, and hopefully we'll be able to come out with a win.
And you mentioned the practice schedule going on, and what's kind of been the main game plan without revealing too much, of course, and also what's been practice like so far is now we're up to Thursday. Tomorrow's approaching. So talk to me about the game plan so far and what the main takeaway that you want for your kids this week.
Yeah, well, I'd say the theme of this week is it's been cold. Tuesday's practice was probably the coldest practice we had with wind and rain. But as Coach Bouchard likes to call it, they are they're full tilt practices. We're going to get our money's worth, regardless of the conditions. But at this point in the season, I think programs, you are who you are. We have a way we practice. We're not going to magically come up with new schemes on offense or defense. We have the plays that we like. We scheme the defense and offense and understand what we're going to do from a scout team perspective, and just prepare as best we can. So a little colder this week. It definitely feels like fall and playoff football, but the kids have prepared well, and I think we're going to be ready to play tomorrow.
And Bronco Stadium will definitely be packed on a cold Halloween night. And how excited are you to be playing in front of your home crowd, especially on Halloween night, and despite the temperatures, and you look at last week and how cold and rainy it was. There's a lot of fans still there on senior night, and now you get to head to the playoffs where it means a lot more, certainly, and it's going to be a really great environment to play in tomorrow night, and especially if continuing into next week, depending on how things go.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the things that drew me to Spring Hill. I mean, obviously, I live in the area and previously coached at Olathe West High School when that school opened. And I remember going to a game last year and thought, this community really shows up for football. I mean, they love football, obviously, a growing community. It's been awesome. Every home game we have, there's tons of energy. Our fans have shown up, rain or shine. The student section's always there. The band does a great job. Cheer does a great job. And so we're excited about it. Hopefully, nothing spooky or anything happens, playing on Halloween. I've actually coached in a Halloween game. It's a lot of fun because kids are in costumes and all the youngsters and everything. So it's a lot of good energy. And obviously, if we can win this one, we would anticipate next week being even bigger. And as you move on in the playoffs, the stakes get bigger, more people show up. But it's a testament to our kids. Being a high-ranked seed means we get to host instead of being on the road. So credit to our players that have played well all year and earned the opportunity to host playoff football games, which is what it's all about.
Coach Gray, I know you guys are certainly ready for the playoffs. I'm ready for the playoffs, and I know you are too. Thanks for taking the time with me this morning.
You got it. Thanks, Brennan.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Both my older sons have come through Strode Orthodontics. It's reasonable, it's been easy to make appointments and to follow through. Adam has finished the process and they've been fabulous for following up and making sure his retainers fit correctly. My younger son, Lucas, just started at 13. I would highly recommend Strode for anyone considering it. Starting the braces process, they'll tell you what's going on and make it easy, not scary, well-informed. It's nothing you can't handle.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
This is your home for the Broncos. Spring Hill Sports Live.
Plenty of time, loads up, lets it fly down the sideline. He wants Torres, he's got to come back, he makes the catch. Down, Jackson Torres. There's a chance for Spring Hill. Back set, kill for Serpan.
Touch there, looking for Rainforth, and he's able to find the back of the net. A first touch volley. The substituted freshman, Odell.
Gano looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos on a 3rd down and 4 from the 5.
It's time for the Broncos on your home for Spring Hill High School athletics. Spring Hill Sports Live.
A very spooky Halloween night here in Spring Hill, Kansas, as we bring you week 9 of the playoffs here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. Strode Orthodontics specializes in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and the staff at Strode Ortho are experienced, highly trained orthodontic specialists with decades of combined experience. With locations at Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. And a good evening to those watching and taking their kids out trick-or-treating, or maybe you just simply want to watch us from home and not brave the cold weather. We're happy to have you here on the broadcast alongside my partner, Matt Jones, and behind the camera, Kaden Carvalho. I'm Brendan Bolin. And Jonesy, happy Halloween to you. I know it's certainly always a special time for the kids, and of course, your daughter being a senior in high school, I think the trick-or-treating days are past, but
she probably would if she wanted to. I wouldn't have a problem with it. But the cheerleaders are dressed up with Care Bear shirts on today, so they all got assigned a different Care Bear for this evening. So at least they got to participate, and she would go trick or treating if she was free tonight. I'm sure, no doubt.
I mean, I basically did the same when I was in high school as well. So there was that, but it's always such a special night, and especially I think for these kids that get to play football here. It's week 9. We open the playoffs here against the 13th seeded JC Harmon Hawks, and we'll just go straight into our pregame show presented by Cover Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Cover Designs is Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Learn more at coverdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. Let's talk about this Broncos squad who comes into this one, finishing the year 7-1 for the second straight year in a row. And it was a phenomenal senior night by all means. We'll start off with Jordan Miller, 6 total touchdowns. I mean, he was just phenomenal in that last game.
He sure was. He took charge, and he is starting to peak. And with a new coaching staff and a new offense installation, it took a couple games, but he still played really well. But right now, you can tell his decision-making is looking really, really good going into the playoffs.
Yeah, 7 of 11, 136 yards and 4 touchdowns. Had 5 carries for just 64 yards and a touchdown. But also, you can't mention the run game without Kent Kachaver and Mason Dotson each adding 100 yards on the ground. 10 carries, 101 yards and a touchdown for Kachaver. Mason Dotson had 5 carries for 103 yards. The offense had a combined 342 rushing yards, like I talked to Coach Gray about. That is the second most this season, just 4 yards shy of that Paola game where they had a combined 346 rushing yards. So this ground game has been lethal this year for Spring Hill.
Oh, it sure has. And when you have 2 guys that are that quick and able to make cuts like that to get upfield, it's something really hard. And then you have the threat from Jordan Miller to run the ball.
And I mentioned you got to be two-dimensional in an offense, especially like Spring Hill, and Miller's certainly looking to continue his dominance so far into the playoffs. And the Broncos allowed only 7 points last night. That's pretty much only 5 out of 7 times this season, or 6 out of 8 times this season, they've allowed less than 14 points in a game. I mean, what Coach Vaughn and Coach Jennings have done for this defense from last year to this year, phenomenal and outright. And they take it from a pristine playbook in college football at Friends, and you look at Friends in the NAIA poll, they're the number 3 ranked team in the nation, Friends right. University out of Wichita.
Yep, saw that this week.
It's phenomenal what this team has done.
And their defense has been something to reckon with, and I think the kids, you can tell they're getting more comfortable with it, and when they need to be disciplined, it shows that they're working on staying home when they need to and attacking when they need to. And again, learning a new system and installing it takes some time. And that touchdown last weekend was against the second string kids. They got that long kick return that set up. They had a short field to go. And again, that wasn't against the starters. The varsity starters, they've been pretty unstoppable this season on defense.
You're talking about they had a goose egg for 3.5 quarters until right. There's that kick return that set up Lewisburg right in shop to be able to score those 7 points. And special teams, they rebounded from Emporia, and they went in against Lewisburg, and they dominated. Perfect on field goals and extra points for Aiden Odell. I mean, talk about a rebound when you need one, and Aiden Odell certainly did the job for Spring Hill.
He really did. He looked a lot better, and I would argue that after Emporia, that was probably a concern that we had, because you have to be able to make your extra points and kick a short field goal in high school football, but all those concerns were erased after last week. The kicks were good, they were crisp, the snaps were good, and the blocking was excellent.
For Spring Hill, third time, they finish with 1 or no losses to conference opponents for the third time in the last 5 years. That's quite a way to round out your time in the Frontier League, is to lose only 1 game or just no games to conference opponents. That's the way you want to go out, is dominating the Frontier League in style.
That's for sure. And, would a Frontier League title be great this year? Yep. But you know what? Only 1 loss and 2. That's a very good Eudora team that I think we could both agree that they're probably going to make a little bit of a run this year. They've got Miege in the quarterfinals, but they feel pretty confident about that game. So, we learned a lot from that game. So sometimes a loss can help us out.
Let's take a look at JC Harmon. They come in 1-7 on the season, 1-5 in the Metal Arc Conference, and They had a 55-12 loss to Northeast High School out of Kansas City, Missouri. And this is their third straight year finishing with 1 win or more in the last 5 years. So this is a Harmon team that they've definitely struggled. And you look at the roster size, it definitely raises some eyebrows. But you don't want to sleep on these kids. They're a very athletic group, and they certainly, if you give them leeway into the game, they're going to take advantage of it.
Right, and it's like you referenced, their roster size is small. They've got 19 kids out there. There's going to be attrition at an inner city school, and that's just part of it. And I give a lot of credit to all the kids and the coaches that are out here, and they're fighting their tails off every weekend, and they're showing up to practice, and they're keeping their grades up and doing what they need to do. And a lot of credit goes to them for keeping their heads up and continuing to fight through the whole season.
And you got to give credit to Coach Keith O'Neill, what he's done for this program, and he's in season number 4 with the Hawks. And when I'm talking with him through an email, he certainly seemed excited about the challenge. I know Mill Valley last year, they definitely want to forget about this one, but they're taking on another top dog in Spring Hill, and they certainly, this year, they feel like they have the team to certainly put up a good fight against the Broncos. And despite the roster size, I think they're going to put up a solid fight tonight. They're going to show grit. They're going to show hustle. And this is going to be the first true taste of 5A for Spring Hill tonight.
It really will. And, we kind of referenced when we talked about Emporia a little bit that, Emporia is a 5A school. It's comparable size, a little bit larger than us, but their roster is small. And this is the same concept. It's a 5A school, but their roster size is small. So, like what we said, they have challenges. Those kids are going to come out and fight, and they're going to be ready to go. They're going to be fired up because it's Friday night, it's Halloween, and those kids are just as excited as ours to take the field.
And certainly we're having an exciting matchup for you here as we're about half an hour away from kickoff. We'll step aside for just a brief moment. When we come back, we'll go to our Ellie Insurance Group area matchups. We'll take a look at the brackets and the local matchups here on our Varsity Sports Live channels. That's all coming up next here on our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stos with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
There's the weight room at Spring Hill High School as we're back here from the Spring Hill Activity Center here in Spring Hill, Kansas. Now time for Elliott Group pregame area matchups. The Elliott Group has served area communities for decades. When you're out traveling to your next big matchup, be sure to look for an Elliott Insurance location near you. Let's go over some matchups that have already happened. We don't have a bracket for you just because it's week 9, and once we have the regional bracket, definitely will get to be more interesting, and we'll definitely want to take more of a look at that. So we'll start off with games that have happened in 5A already. Start off last night. Aquinas played Turner. Aquinas won that one 49-0 over the Golden Bears. So Aquinas will make their way to the regional tournament, and also go Piper High School out in 4A. Piper took down Schlegel 59-6.
Saw that, yep.
Quite a handedly victory for Piper, the 5 seed in 4A. And then the go to some 6A matchups that have happened, and that's all just due to you got to share the ODAC, you got to share the district stadiums around the area, so you got to take care of that.
And I believe Northwest and West, they would have been the top 2 seeds in Olathe, so they got a pick. So they picked Thursday intentionally, get a day of rest the kids, and obviously probably Halloween had something to do with it this weekend. So of course, West was in a little bit of a shootout with Shawnee Mission North, which was a surprise. It was super high scoring. It was like 63-42, I think.
Yeah, 63-42, the final on that one.
And then the Ravens won 63-0 over Wyandotte. So Wyandotte is probably a comparable program, but they did beat the Harmon Eagles this year. So, but again, Wyandotte's 6A school.
28-21 is the final on that one. That was the second most points that Harmon scored this season. And then also Shawnee Mission, Northwest, and Lawrence. That's a game that you didn't.
Wild one.
Yeah, it was a wild one. 50-40. Lawrence was up at halftime, but Shawnee Mission, Northwest in that offense, man, are they so dynamic. They were able to outlast the Lions 50-40 within the last few minutes, where the Cougars able to get victorious. But how about Lawrence? They've started playing the great football at the right time.
They sure did, and unfortunately their season is done, but they peaked at the end, which you should. And that quarterback for Shawnee Mission Northwest, Ty Woodruff, he's a wrestler too. Very talented, very athletic young man, and man, that dude put up some numbers.
We'll start off in 5A before we go to our sister networks. Basel Linwood will take on Blue Valley Southwest at Overland Park. That'll be at Basel Linwood, and that's going to be quite a matchup for Basel. And you mentioned it just because of the quality that Southwest has played, but this Basel team, oh my goodness, are they good.
Yeah, they're on a roll. And, Southwest, it'll be a little bit deceiving why they're 0-9. But, again, we've talked about it all year. They play a schedule in the EKL. So every week in, week out, they're playing really good, really talented football programs.
We'll go to another team in the Metal Arc, Highland Park. They take on DeSoto. That's going to be a really good 8-9 seed, but I think the Wildcats definitely have a bit of a leverage, but Highland Park, you don't sleep on them. They're a really talented and athletic football team.
Right. I think you're right, but I think I'd go with the Wildcats too.
KC Washington, the 4 seed, who was all originally the 1 until Highland Park.
Right.
Was the one that had the big victory over the Wildcats. They will take on Blue Valley North. Interim head coach Blake Mudd will get his first taste of the playoffs as a head coach. Try to lead his team for another top seed upset, this time against Washington.
And again, another EKL team looking to make the upset over KC Washington, but Kansas City Washington can score some points. They really, really can.
Our first game on our sister network, Pittsburgh, they'll take on Leavenworth, and this is a Leavenworth team again in that UKC that's peaking at the right time.
Right. They have a good win over DeSoto this year. Their only losses to Baser Linwood and Leavenworth. It's good to see them. That's one of those towns and programs that's always been just waiting to burst in high school athletics.
Mill Valley will take on Blue Valley, 7-10, and this will be an interesting matchup for Mill Valley. It was kind of a handedly win for Mill Valley, but I think Blue Valley definitely looks to be ready to go this week.
Yeah, Coach Alan Terrell will get the Tigers ready to go, and those two teams are not used to seeing that high of seed next to their name. So that's a very interesting 7-10 matchup. And then lucky for them, they get Aquinas, whoever wins that game. So that's a really competitive pod.
And then the matchup, of course, our matchup will be looked at, but also you go down below us. St. James will be taking on Shawnee Heights, and these are two squads that have, and St. James, they've been really good this year, but Shawnee Heights, their offense has been sparking recently, and it's all led by Aiden Scott and AJ Gallegos. I mean, that offense is dynamic and lethal. So Shawnee Heights is definitely going to give the best shot against St. James, but this St. James team has been phenomenal this year. They look to be on a run.
And they really are. They've played really well the last few games. Their only loss is to Aquinas, albeit it was by 4 touchdowns. But they also have a win over, at the time, number 1 in 4A, Cape and Mount Carmel. So, again, St. James is peaking at the right time, but Heights can score some points. We saw them last year. They came down to Spring Hill, beat them in the first round, but Scott's a senior, Gallegos is a senior, so looking for them to score some points.
We'll take a look at the 4A bracket, which a lot of our sister channels will be playing on. Eudora, the 1 seed, will be taking on Coffeyville here at Eudora on a nice Friday night. And this is a really phenomenal Eudora squad that finished 7-1, and they look to be ready for a deep run. I mean,
I would agree. I'd love to see Eudora make a little bit of a run. Obviously get by Coffeyville, and then they're probably looking at Paola, rematch with the Panthers, and then looming you have likely Bishop Miege coming on the horizon. So according to some of the people at Eudora, they feel pretty confident, and as they should. They're a very good football team.
Paola takes on Sumner tonight, 8-9. That'll be played in Paola High School, and Aaron Feely, the voice of the Panthers, is talking to me at Johnson County the other day. He said it was kind of weird how the Panthers were able to host a home game despite the loss to Eudora. Just things happened correctly for the Panthers to be able to have that last spot to host a home game at Panther Stadium. So right. I'm sure the Panthers are excited to have a home game, a home playoff game, I should mention, and they deserve it. It's a program that Coach Smith has certainly turned around and gotten going.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to have a home game this week. You know, if you're traveling, that means you're likely a pretty low seed. So congrats to them for staying the course and getting that home game in the first round.
Look at the band coming out. Oh, my goodness. All in costumes tonight.
As they should be. Let's embrace it. The cheerleaders, like I told you, they had some Care Bear T-shirts on, and Riley had some face makeup on, and she said, "Does this look like scars?" I go, "Sure."
We'll carry on. Fort Scott takes on Tonganoxie. This is a Fort Scott team that's been struggling this year, but Tonganoxie, again, another top seed in the playoffs, and Coach Troyer will have his guys ready. I know that for a fact.
Well, Tonganoxie is one of the best coach teams in the Frontier League, and if they can get by Fort Scott, which that would be the betting favorite, but then they're looking at a matchup with either Atchison or Miege. You never know, and Tonganoxie's looking to get some revenge over some of those Miege teams of past years for putting them out in the playoffs.
Believe me, I've watched a lot of those Miege games. Yep. They were not fun.
No.
Bonner Springs will travel to Altamont to take on the Grizzlies of Labette County. This is a really good Labette County team.
And that's a long haul for the Braves, going all the way down near Parsons. That's quite a haul.
Lewisburg will travel to Chanute to take on the Blue Comets of Chanute High School. And it's the young Lewisburg team that we saw. They're scrappy. They're ready to go. But the Blue Comets, this could be quite a matchup. I think this will be one of the upsets we could see, Lewisburg over Chanute.
Well, you never know because the Frontier League is tough. Just like we talk about 5A football and how tough the EKL is. Same thing in the Frontier League. When the Frontier League goes to the playoffs in 4A, you got to have some of them as the favorites for the upset.
Lansing will travel to Ottawa to take on the Cyclones. The Cyclones, they have Hayden Hole back. That spells, kidding. I'm serious. He came back in the third quarter against Tonganoxie. So this could be an Ottawa team that's equipped and ready.
Well, if you want a guy to come back and make a run, this is the time. Good for him.
and Baldwin in 3A will take on the Holton Wildcats, which they put up a good fight against Leavenworth. So we'll see how the Bulldogs do under Coach Melcher, who has turned this Bulldogs team around in his first year.
Yeah, he's doing good things, and it's good to see. It's good to see Baldwin improving.
And we'll take a look at some other matchups that we did not get to as of recently, and I think we touched all our bases there, and that's your L8 Insurance Group pregame area matchups. We'll take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll give you our starting lineups. That's all coming up next here on our pregame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on the individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
First Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
My name is Dr. Claire Strode. I'm the owner and orthodontist here at Strode Orthodontics. You may run into me out at the soccer fields or out on the baseball diamonds. The things that I love most about orthodontics are when patients tell me how much they enjoy their smile and how much more confidence they have after having their treatment. We love serving the families and people here in South Johnson County and also surrounding areas. And I look forward to serving you and your family.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Back here at our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and we'll take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the Spring Hill Broncos. Duncan Pinkham, Brody Cox, Tucker Wingeter, Kevin Maddox, and Clayton Meek from left to right, all on the front line. And this has been a front line that's been very consistent for the Broncos, and it's allowed them to run the ball and also give Jordan Miller plenty of protection.
They have. They've done a really good job, and they've been consistent. That's the main thing. Being one of the few positions that you're relied on every single play of the game. Our line's done really well, and I think they've improved throughout the year. Even though we've got some multiple-year starters in there, you can see how they've improved in this new system.
At wide receivers, it kind of varies. Keegan Folk, Eli Hedrick, Cameron Wells, Wyatt Gatlin, we've seen there. At wide receiver, we've seen even deeper as well.
Yeah, that wide receiver group last week looked really good, going over for the jump ball and fighting for position, and that's something that has improved a ton over previous years with this Broncos squad.
At the tight end, Riley McAvoy, the freshman at 6'3", 190 pounds, is backed up by the junior Peyton Stanley at 6 foot 200 pounds. A tight end room that's very youthful without Cole Tharp or Peyton McAvoy, but these guys have gotten it done.
Yeah, and they've been good blocking and catching throughout the season.
At the running back position, it's Hank Kachaver, the 6 foot 190 pound senior, backed up by Sam Abbott. And at the gadget position, Mason Dodson, the 5'10", 175 pound sophomore. At cornerback, Jordan Miller, 6'3", 180 pound senior.
Yeah, that the skill position for the Broncos are peaking at the right time. They all look tough, and I love how you use the term gadget player. I think that's exactly what Mason Dotson is.
It's not on the official depth chart, but that's the term I use, definitely.
That's what I would use it. Slot, gadget, love it. Utility.
At the defensive end position, at the 6'2", 240 pound junior, it's Brooks Byer. We now get the official word.
You know what? It's almost the end of the year, so hopefully we nailed it this time.
At the other defensive end position, it's a 6'3", 190 pound junior, Mason Harvey. At defensive tackle, Alex Markson might play today, but if not him, we've seen the 5'7", 155 pound freshman in Lane Newson, who did a phenomenal job last week at the nose tackle position.
They sure have. That defensive line for the Broncos has just been stellar this season.
At outside linebacker, it's the 6'2", 880 pound senior, Kyle Stewart. On the opposite side, we'll see Andrew Poland, the 5'6", 175 pound sophomore. Also seen Cade McKenna in there as well, the senior. At the inside linebacker position, it's Braden Bell at 5'10", 200 pounds, the junior, manning the middle. At the corners, Benny Reagan and Jake Weiss will be in the corners for the Broncos. At free safety, Carter Rainey, the sophomore. At strong safety, it's the senior Sandler Stewart. And the sophomore Mikey Beck is at the nickel.
The Bronco defense has just been so explosive this year, and all those guys have contributed. You hear their names week in and week out, and they're playing really well as a unit, which is crucial on the defensive side of the ball.
We'll take a look at J.C. Harmon's starting lineup. We'll begin with Javier Cifuentes, the junior. Evilio Mendoza, the freshman, at left guard. Leo Tovar, the sophomore, at center. At right guard is Rodrigo Ramirez, the sophomore. And at right tackle, Felix Corona, the sophomore, at right tackle. We'll give you the rest of the starting lineup after the national anthem.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back here on our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. We'll take a look at the rest of the starting lineup for J.C. Harmon. At the wide receiver spots, Zayden Sparks, the junior. Dominic Eldon at the Y, a senior. Darian Grayson, the junior, at the H. And Imonte Day, the senior, at the Z. At running back, Jay-Sean Alikis. And at tight end, Marquise Taylor. The quarterback is a freshman, Jace Brewer. So we'll see a freshman quarterback tonight, and very, very, very young quarterback.
Right. And you got to assume that the Broncos are probably not going to just completely unleash their defense on them. I think they have a good game plan, and they'll come out and just do what they need to do.
The front line for the Hawks, they run a 4-3-4 defense. Victor Rodriguez, Taven Webb, Eleazar Serrano, and Marquise Taylor from left to right from the front line. At the outside linebacker positions, Bryson Bassett and Jay-Sean Alikis. Darian Myrick mans the middle at the linebacker spot. The cornerbacks, Samarian Wells and Amonte Day, both seniors. At the free safety, it's freshman Josiah Kipkris. And at strong safety, Javante Sanders. Amonte Day will be the punt returner, and kick returning is Darian Myrick and Amonte Day. And for the Hawks' kicking unit, the punter, Darian Myrick, the sophomore. Their place kicker, Yves Traquez, the senior, and the long snapper is Jay-Sean Alikis, the sophomore. Hawks are led by head coach Keith O'Neill. Here come the Broncos in the tunnel. Coach Bouchard helped out the Gridiron Club at around about 5 o'clock this evening. And he certainly has helped only elevate this Gridiron Club. And it was started by Coach Feeback, and he did a phenomenal job with it. And now Coach Bouchard doing his job and keeping it going. And certainly we have to thank the parents and all the support staff for that, keeping it going.
It takes a village. It's not just the kids and the coaches. It's parents, family, even by extension, the people that are here doing this type of stuff to promote Bronco football.
Here come the Spring Hill Broncos, led by Jordan Miller and Kyle Stewart. And if you look at J.C. Harmon on the opposite side, they look to be ready. The Broncos will get their final prayers in. And Jonesy, I don't know about you, but I'm ready. Playoff football's back.
Playoff football is here, baby.
It's back.
Time to go.
And we're ready. Hank Chaver, Duncan Pinkham will be two of the captains after Broncos are done with their final thoughts and prayers. Brooks Byer joins them. As down comes the rain, and it's only going to be a momentary shower.
Should move through quick, right?
It's supposed to move through quick. I think about 7:30 is whenever we're looking at the rain being diminished. Siler Stewart. And looks to be also Clayton Meek is one of them out there. Yeah, just a quick storm cell. That's supposed to be done by about 8 o'clock.
Doesn't seem to be bothering anybody outside there.
Just light shower, just sprinkles, nothing doing. As both teams get ready and get set, we'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have coin toss and opening kick here from the shack. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live. This has been our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
The Kansas City Chiefs and the University of Kansas Cancer Center are at the top of their game. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Cancer Center cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kucancercenter.org.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
HERS Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, HERS is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
The rain's starting to lighten up a little bit here in Spring Hill. I think it almost kind of just completely went away, but might just be a little bit of a sprinkle here. And you can see all the different groups in their costumes. Spring Hill has won the toss. They have elected to receive. They want the ball first, so the Broncos will take this one, as Cameron Wells is back deep and kicking off for J.C. Harmon. It'll be Taven Webb, the senior. The Broncos want a treat, and that's a spot in the regional playoff game. No tricks tonight here as we kick this one off and we're underway. It's a short kick taken in by Mason Dotson, full head of steam, and he's tripped up past the Hawk 40. And they'll spot him about the 38-yard line. And out comes Jordan Miller and the masterclass offense we saw last week.
A great field position for the Broncos to get started with.
And there's your first surprise, Matt. How about the score bug? I spruced it up a little bit.
Looks amazing. Well played.
Now, Dylan Funk of Tonganoxie, you know the bumpers that we use in between transitions. He had a Halloween-themed one he made. He made a couple Halloween-themed ones where the Tongi T is actually inside of a pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern almost.
I'm impressed.
Dylan's much more creative than I am, but we're both still pretty creative people. It's a give to Kachaver on first down. Beautiful blocking ahead. He'll go to the sideline. And Kachaver to the 5. They'll mark him at about the half-yard line. 37.5-yard run for Hank Kachaver. And it's first and goal Broncos and about an inch to go.
Kachaver did a good job accelerating around the corner.
He'll be brought down. He'll be brought out of bounds by a number that's not on the roster. Miller. He'll scramble out. He'll take it himself. Spinning his way in the end zone for the touchdown. And Jordan Miller does it himself. The Broncos strike first, and they only need 20 seconds to do it. It's on to kick the PAT is Aiden Odell. Was a perfect 7-7 on PATs last week. Snap good, hold good. The kick is true, and Aiden Odell caps off a 2-play, 20-second drive for the Broncos as Jordan Miller cashes in the first score of the Broncos playoffs. Back here from the shack. 2 plays, 38 yards, a 2-yard touchdown score for Jordan Miller. As it'll be the Hawks to receive this one. It's Amonte Day and Darian Myrick back deep for J.C. Harmon. Odell sends this one away, and it'll stay in. It's a touchback.
Kick. Back in the day, that was called the old coffin corner kick, right to the corner of the end zone.
He did not have a touchback last week. He had 8 kickoffs for 423 yards, averaging 53 yards per kickoff.
Impressive.
But again, 7-7 on PAT. So the Hawks will start on the 20-yard line, and out comes the quarterback in Jace Brewer, the freshman. First and 10 for J.C. Harmon. As they take their time with this one. Early give and immediately wrapped up there. David Harden, the senior, was on the carry.
Well played by the Bronco defense, just pursuing to the ball well.
Lane Newson, the freshman, will get the stop. And it's a loss of 1 on the play, so second down and 11 for J.C. Harmon. They'll take their time getting to the line. They're in no hurry at all.
There's no reason to be.
On second and 11, Brewer looks to throw. Now he'll dance in the pocket. Down he goes. Lane Newson with a sack. We'll take a look at that one on our Attic Storage of Spring Hill instant replay there.
Broncos with their typical pressure, getting through, making a big play.
So Lane Newson gets the stop. And it's a sack of 3 yards, third down and 14 for J.C. Harmon coming up. They'll go spread 4. Single back formation. Brewer to throw on third down. Lots a high one up and incomplete just behind his receiver.
It was pretty spiral, though.
Somebody had to have changed numbers because there's not a number 3 on the roster. It's 4th and 14, and Darian Myrick will most likely be back to punt. They're going to go for it here. Okay. So Keith O'Neill is going to send his Hawks back on the field with 4th down and 14 yards to go. Brewer under pressure. He'll step up in the pocket, and he'll be taken down at the 19-yard line. The Broncos turn the Hawks over on downs. Andrew Poland was in there.
You know, if you don't have we've talked about this off and on throughout the year, if you don't have a good punt team that can get the ball back to the punter cleanly, then the Broncos are probably in the end zone if they're trying to punt and they don't have the capability to do that. So go for it, get what you can.
They don't have a number 3 listed on the roster, so somebody must have changed numbers. Here's an early handoff for Dotson. Plenty of blocks ahead. He'll step into the end zone for the touchdown. Effortless 19-yard carry for Mason Dotson. And he's in for 6. Aiden Odell will set up for the PAT. So 2 rushing touchdowns early for Spring Hill. And an early 2. Oh, and Aiden Odell missed it. But the Broncos still lead it 13-0. 19-yard rushing touchdown for Mason Dotson on just the first play.
As a 50th birthday present for myself, I went ahead and chose to get myself braces. I had braces when I was a kid, and I had not done the whole retainer routine that I was supposed to, and my teeth had gotten out of whack. So Strode Orthodontics was highly recommended to me. I came down here and immediately was impressed with the professionalness of the staff, as well as just the kindness and the happiness and the joy that's in this office. I knew that this is the place that I wanted to come. It had to be a good place, and this was a good place.
One play, 19 yards for the Broncos. Mason Dotson, with the help of his front line, just moves effortlessly through Harmon's defense, and they'll cash in 6 more. 13-0 our lead here. Only 1 minute and 56 seconds played in the first quarter. So the Broncos will look to be on pace to score probably their highest point total of a quarter.
Well, I think the coaching staff, if they're probably thinking, let's get it to a running clock as quickly as we can, and then let's play some sub-varsity guys. That seems to be the most logical thing to do. And
kick is away. This will be bounced at about the 15-yard line and be taken in by Myrick, and he'll be trapped inside the 15. Mark him down at about 11 or 12-yard line. They'll mark him down at on the return, number 30. The 12-yard line. Then back out comes the freshman Jace Brewer. Sam Abbott making the stop defensively.
Kyle Stewart showing some great sportsmanship. He helped up a Harmon player after tackling him, picked him up, got him off the field. Love to see good sportsmanship by the Broncos.
So back out comes J.C. Harmon. As they'll go to their spread 4. Constantly change out the running back. Quick out throw complete on the far side, and it'll be a loss of 2 yards. Broncos quick to wrap that up. Aaron Simmons. And Brooks Byer making the stop.
Got to retrain ourselves, don't we?
So it's kind of the back and forth deliberation, but
right.
I think just recently we got the official word, and
I think we called him Byer last year.
We did.
And then went to Bayer, and then Bear, and then back to Byer. Brooks, 11.
We'll say his name a lot tonight. That's what us and the PA announcer Murray was talking to us about.
The name you got to know.
On 2nd down and 11, it's a give to David Harden, and he'll be wrapped up for no gain. Jake Weiss, the corner, making the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 11 coming up for J.C. Harmon at their own 11-yard line.
Well, Harmon's completed a pass this drive, so you got to think they're going to probably try to throw something quick.
So J.C. Harmon, 10 seconds left on the play clock. Jace Brewer will look back to the sideline for a play. And the flag is flown, and I think time has expired for a delay game. Unless somebody called timeout.
Must have taken timeout right before the delay game penalty.
So J.C. Harmon will call a timeout, and we'll take one with him. 8:25 to play in quarter number 1. Broncos lead at 13-0.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, 3rd down and 11 for J.C. Harmon at their own 11-yard line. Brewer, the ball's out. Kyle Stewart picks it up, but the referees will blow it dead and say it was incomplete. There's a flag down on the play, and it's probably going to be intentional grounding.
Likely. There was no Harmon receivers around. Got to think the Broncos will accept it just to make it proceed to 4th down, I would assume.
It'll be 4th down and 16 yards to go for J.C. Harmon at their own 6-yard line. Okay, so actually it'll be 4th down and 20 at their own 2. So I believe it's 5 yards on the spot of the foul.
I think you're right, yes.
So it'll be 4th down and 2, and looks like back out comes Jace Brewer. So are they going to punt this, or are they going to go for it? It looks to be they're going to go for it. 4th down and 2. Brewer is going to keep it himself. Now he'll throw late, and it's batted incomplete. Benny Reagan had a fingertip on it. Mikey Beck also in the area. And the Broncos will have 1st down and goal.
You know, I give credit to the official there for not calling a delay game on Harmon, right? There was no reason to call it. The clock was expired, but there's no reason to push him back farther.
So 1st and goal with 2 yards to go. And we can only imagine who might be able to score this touchdown.
Take your pick.
We've got Miller in the backfield. We've got Dotson, and we got Kachaver. It's to Kachaver. Easy touchdown for Spring Hill.
Coach Shaver, he didn't even make it to his offensive line. They'd blocked so far down. They were almost to the back of the end zone driving their block.
3rd rushing touchdown on the evening for the Spring Hill Broncos, and Hank Kachaver will take this one to the end zone. Aiden Odell will be back to kick the PAT. And he knocks it right through. And the Broncos have 20 in the 1st quarter. 1 play, 2-yard rush for Hank Kachaver. The Broncos are getting all the candy tonight.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. And all the Bronco faithful here on Halloween night showing up. Well, there's some kids.
Family kickoff for the Broncos.
It's actually not a bad crowd considering it's Halloween and there's some students in the band over there getting fired up.
Well, it's been all treats and no tricks tonight for the Broncos. 20-point lead here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, 4 minutes into the first quarter. Less than.
Back out comes the noisemaker, and Odell is just going to squib this one to the 19-yard line. It'll be taken in by Harden, and he'll be wrapped up at the 24-yard line. So J.C. Harmon will start at the 24-yard line, and they'll look for their third offensive drive here. So huddle with Coach Keith O'Neill and Mason Harvey will check off. Zedrick Thomas is in, along with Lane Newson and Brody Tarr. So the Broncos are already slowly starting to get rid of some of the varsity guys and get some guys in on the sub-varsity, maybe even kind of the second and third string varsity.
No doubt.
Harden on the carry, immediately brought down to the backfield. Big tackle there from Sam McMains, the sophomore. And that give was to, actually that was, I believe it was Darian Myrick. It's the one on the carry. Tackle loss of 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 14 for J.C. Harmon. So this is number 20. It's Bryson Bassett in the backfield, the freshman. They give it to him here on second down, and he's brought down in the backfield once again. Big tackle there from John Nolan, the sophomore.
And the Broncos just continuing to do what they need to do. Stout defense, sprinkling some guys in, like you said.
So actually they're saying number 80, but there's no number 80 on the roster that Coach O'Neill has sent to me, or
incognito.
So third down and 15 yards to go. Brewer's going to drop back. He'll throw this one deep, and it's intercepted. Jake Weiss, his second interception of the season. He'll switch the field. There goes Jake Weiss. Cuts back inside to the 15. Jake Weiss might have a pick 6. He'll be tackled inside the 5. And Jake Weiss is going to give the Broncos offense another short field.
And Jake Weiss, he probably ran 100 yards and he got all the way down inside the 2. He almost took a trip, but he was able to outsmart that, and just a great effort by Weiss.
His second interception of the season, and the Broncos only have 3 yards to go coming up here on first and goal.
Credit to, 1, no holds against the Broncos that are trying to block. That's a really tough position. And 2, Harmon they ran all the way downfield trying to make the tackle, having some pride.
Look at the Broncos offense go. They're flying in. And off goes McAvoy. Miller on the bootleg. Who's this man in the end zone for the touchdown? Keegan Folk. And Spring Hill has found another treat. 6 points. Miller's first touchdown through the air tonight, and Keegan Folk will cash in.
4 different Broncos scored so far on 5 plays.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, got an equipment.
That was Miller Mugrage.
Apparently the flag was just to stop the action.
So Miller is on to hold the PAT. This one's high. Miller has to bring it down and carry it. He'll just escape. He'll throw it towards the end zone and almost intercepted by Aaron Simmons. So the Broncos won't cash in on this PAT, but they lead by 26 with 6:16 to go here in quarter number 1.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in
So the Broncos on the last flag, I think it was an intentional flag, I guess, because the Broncos are all the way back at their own 40. Or maybe I looked at it wrong, and
I think it was just an equipment malfunction, and he tossed his flag to stop the clock.
Gotcha.
The only thing I can think of, because they didn't go back. They didn't give him a penalty.
Interesting. So maybe my eyes have deceived me there.
Mine do it all the time.
So this is Keegan Eckert, despite wearing number 41, is listed.
Number 41, sorry you don't have his name.
I'll make sure to tell Murray next commercial break. Eckert kicks this one all the way back. To be taken in at the 11 by Darian Grayson, and he'll be wrapped up down at the 25-yard line. And the Broncos units are hustling onto the field. And we're looking to see the second-string Broncos on the field, as I believe the starters are done for the day. Yeah, they all have their helmets off, so this will be the sub-varsity guys getting most of the reps here for the remainder of how long we're going to play tonight.
Yeah, that's wise. You're up 26 points, and Harmon has showed no ability to even get a yard or two. So
Jace Brewer back out there on first down. And it's a give that's going to be blown up immediately. Brody Tarr, the first one to get back there.
On the carry, number 1, David Harden.
David Harden was in on the carry for J.C. Harmon.
On the stop, number 61, Brody Tarr.
They'll lose 4 on the play. Second down and 15 coming up.
Yeah, if you compare it units-wise, these kids are probably all the same age. Most of Harmon, they're dominated by sophomores and freshmen on their team. So
second and 14 from the 21-yard line of the Hawks. Brewer, he'll want to throw, and it's blown dead. Flag flies, and I believe it's going to be a false start. And that's what the indication is. So we'll wait for our white hat to get the word in. Second down and 19 coming up for the Hawks. This will move them all the way to their own 16-yard line. We're starting the tomahawk chop in the student section. Second and 19. Broncos will back off pressure. They're 3 yards off the ball. Brewer to the air. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Aaron Simmons, the senior.
And the receiver was there. He just hit him and couldn't quite come down with the catch, but it was a nice throw and catch by Harmon.
Shaw Stewart was in coverage. So it'll be third down coming up. We're looking at third down in pretty much Shawnee Mission Parkway.
Accurate.
Give you a new location. On third down, Brewer Under pressure, down he goes in the backfield. Brody Tarr once again in the backfield. His second sack on the evening. That'll be 4th down. And 19 yards coming, or 24 yards coming up. So we're looking at 4th down and pretty much the distance to Baser.
Right, that's a long haul.
4th and 24 for the Hawks.
And the Hawks are going to go for it. So 4th down and long. Broncos will simulate some pressure. It's a keeper for Brewer. And he'll find his way forward, but nothing doing there. It's actually Amante Day on the Wildcats. So the Broncos will bring out the new offense, and
On the stop, number 95,
Brooks Hedrick will make the stop.
Looks like Hedrick's got a little fan club down there in the stands. Heard some cheers.
And it actually looks like they're going to keep their first-string offense on the field. Interesting.
Well, I think the rationale behind that is to make sure that they can get to the running clock and speed up the
Definitely true.
Speed up the game. I think that's probably their rationale, not trying to run up the score, get it so where the game can end.
So 12 yards to go. 1st down. Open look for Wells. He'll take it and run it all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Another one-play score. It's Cameron Wells. And the Broncos tack on 6 more. A 12-yard touchdown reception for Cameron Wells.
Nice pitch and catch from Miller to Wells.
Making now the 5th different Bronco to score tonight. Snap good, hold good. Kick is good. And Jordan Miller and the Broncos tack on more here in the first quarter. It's 33-0 with 4:15 to go in quarter number 1.
First Option Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live. 1 play, 6 points. Jordan Miller to Cameron Wells, a second touchdown through the air for Jordan Miller and company, the 5th different Bronco to score tonight. Monte Day, Darian Grayson back deep for J.C. Harmon, and this time it'll be Aiden Odell to kick off. And back up comes the home fans. Still with plenty of energy, and rightfully so, and spending a nice, cool Friday night here in Spring Hill. Odell sends this one away. This will be on a hop and one-handed by the Hawks, and a big tackle in the backfield. That was Levi Schrum on the stop. And that's, again, another number we don't have. Or, sorry, Sam Abbott was on the tackle, and again, that's another number we don't have on the roster. Okay. So back out comes the Hawks offense. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I searched through the email Keith O'Neill sent me asking for the roster, and the roster that's listed on the official programs they gave out. It's the 3rd time we've not had a number.
We'll do the best we can.
Brewer, he wants to go long on 1st down, incomplete. Wanted to go all the way downfield. For, I want to say that is Dominic Eldon. That's number 3.
He threw a decent ball.
Brody Brimmerman, one of the new corners in for the Broncos. It looks to be Jace Brewer wants to test the 2nd string Broncos.
You know, there's two ways to look at it. You know, you're still trying to run your offense and throw the ball and try to make a play, or do you just speed the time up and keep the ball on the ground?
Second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Brewer wants to go deep again. He has a man downfield. He's got a completion downfield to Dominic Eldon.
That's the first down, his first positive play of the game. Good for the Harmon Eagles.
So the Hawks will finally convert a first down.
Hawks.
The Hawks.
My bad. I called them the Eagles. Where that came from, I don't know.
We've seen plenty of birds.
We have. Well, especially teaching in Olathe. We're surrounded by them.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Johnson County area, plenty of schools are birds. First and 10 at their own 40-yard line, J.C. Harmon. Brewer wants to throw. He's got a man on a screen, breaks off one tackle before. It's Shaw Stewart making the second initial effort. Monte Day was on the reception. And Shaw Stewart also has a nice little student section, too. Loss of 3 on the screenplay. Second down and 13 from the Harmon 37-yard line. Bronco parents still, of course, yelling at their kids like they would in Pee Wee football, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see some of the guys getting some very nice playing time here. It's a quarterback keeper for Brewer. Down he goes in the backfield. It's number 89. That's Walker Gatlin, the freshman.
Technically, he needs to go out of the game because his helmet came off during the play.
I think that's his parents with the cowbell down there. This will be third down and 16 at third down and 17 at their own 34-yard line. You can hear the Hawks sideline. They want them to go quicker. Still in quarter number 1, 33-0 Broncos. 5 out wide. Here's a pass from Grayson that's almost intercepted, incomplete.
That ball just kind of heaved straight up in the air, and it was a jump ball for about 4 to 5 different players, from both teams.
Brody Bremerman was the first one to bat it down. Darian Grayson looked like a punt formation almost, and he just lofted that thing up.
You know, honestly, that's probably not a bad idea for 4th down. If you don't have a punt team, an interception is really not any different.
4th down and 16 yards to go. This is Brewer back in the backfield. To give to the running back, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Walker Gatlin, and also, they'll give it to Walker Gatlin. You could also say in on the stop was Kobe Baird. So the Broncos will look to get back out on offense, and this time we are going to see the second string. This is Brennan Dubert. Dubert was able to get in last week against Lewisburg. Had just one completion for 16 yards. That was his only pass attempt. Here is Sam Abbott on first down, and he's getting an open field right to the end zone for the touchdown. 34-yard touchdown run for Sam Abbott.
And Sam had it. Abbott just making a great cutback back to the center of the field, showing some good vision all the way down to pay dirt.
6 different Bronco to score tonight, and it's Sam Abbott taking that one all the way to pay dirt. And out comes Keegan Eckert to kick the PAT. And this will be Miller Mugrage to hold this one here.
Setting up for the extra point, number 41, Keegan Eckert.
So there's the PA announcer. Marie, it's Keegan Eckert for the PAT.
Snap good, hold good. Eckert's kick. It's through the uprights and good. And the Broncos will cash in 40 here in the first quarter. We still get a minute 50 to play here in this opening quarter of football. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just 30 seconds.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, Brendan Bolin, Matt Jones, Katie Garbajo behind the camera. Aiden Odell back to kickoff. And Jonesy, this has been quite the quarter for Spring Hill.
It's been quite the quarter. It's kind of what everybody expected to see, and just kind of got to keep progressing through as we go.
It's almost like you find the house with a king-size candy bar. That's what this score feels like for the Broncos.
Right.
Opposite field run for number 27. And Sam Abbott again, his third straight special teams tackle. And back out comes the Hawks of J.C. Harmon for yet another offensive drive that definitely progressed. They got a first down on that last one, but still not able to cash in.
They sure did. It was a really good pitch and catch from the quarterback to the receiver, and see if they can work their way down the field a little bit this time.
It'll be 1st and 10, J.C. Harmon at their own 25-yard line. Jace Brewer, the freshman, will come back in as the quarterback. They have Adrian Lopez, a sophomore, as their backup.
And Brewer's a big kid. He's thick.
David Harden's in the backfield. Brewer wants to throw on first down, incomplete. He wanted Dominic Eldon downfield, so that is Eldon. So we're still wondering about mystery number 3. Brody Bremerman was in coverage. 2nd and 10 for J.C. Harmon. So we're still wondering about this number 3. Wondering if this could be Josiah Kipkris. Won't wonder any further. Or Zayden Sparks, I believe it could be one. So Zayden, I want to say it's Zayden Sparks. On 2nd down, a carry for Harden. The ball's out.
It's a good thing he was down, because
and the Broncos have it.
Ball kind of just popped right in his hands, and he had a crease right in front of him all the way to the end zone, but his knee was on the ground.
So a big fumble recovery.
Recovery's made to number 94. Sorry, I don't have his number on the program.
And number 94, not on the program, but made the recovery there. So back out comes the Bronco offense. Brendan Dubert still the quarterback. It'll be Levi Schrum, one of the 2 in the backfield. And this is a first down give to number 23. That's Blake Caldwell to the end zone for the touchdown. Blake Caldwell will cash in. And a big score for Spring Hill once again.
Caldwell, again, just like Abbott, the touchdown before, showing good vision, able to make the right cuts, get all the way to the end zone.
Setting up for the extra point, number 35, Aiden Odell.
Aiden Odell on to kick the PAT. Snap good, hold good, kick is true. And the Broncos, with a minute 30 left in quarter number 1, take a commanding 47-0 lead. We still got a minute and a half to play here in this opening quarter.
Right.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Eckert's kick is going to be returned at the 16-yard line before plenty of Broncos push back Monte Day. And J.C. Harmon and their offense will be back on the field once again. Silas Folk will make the stop for the Broncos. And this has been quite a game for the Broncos. Already
dominant
is quite a way to call it. One play, 29-yard touchdown rush for Blake Caldwell. That's the second highest score tonight behind his counterpart Sam Abbott, who had a 34-yard touchdown rush for his first varsity score. Harmon on 1st and 10 from their own 27. And this ball is out as well. J.C. Harmon, I believe, still has it. And it looks to be we have a Hawk down on the field.
Official timeout for injury.
It looks to be that this Hawk will get up okay. This will be 2nd down and 12 yards to go. So the Broncos will switch around some defensive personnel here. 2nd and 12 from their own 25-yard line. David Harden is in at running back. They'll give it to him on 2nd down. He'll try and break through a few tackles before initially being wrapped up in the backfield.
And a good effort by the Hawks running back, trying to keep on his feet. Just couldn't quite keep his knee off the ground. Looking at a 3rd and long.
John Nolan was there, but also Warren Love, a sophomore, also making the stop there. 3rd down and 16 for J.C. Harmon. And this will be the final play of the first quarter. As they'll get to the line. Rain steadily coming down here in just sprinkles, and they'll let the clock drain out, and we're through 12 minutes of play here in the first quarter. The Broncos lead it 47-0.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
So here we go, quarter number 2, 12 minutes on the board. And J.C. Harmon will run a play, Monte Day on the carry. If you got third down or fourth down coming up, Carson Roberts on the stop for the Broncos. Actually, Nathan Kialo on the stop for Spring Hill. It's fourth down. And you know J.C. Harmon's going to go for it as
that's what they do.
So here we go, fourth down and 17. This is a give to Harden. Has a crease, but it'll be short of the line to gain. And the Broncos will turn over on down, and we go to our attic storage of Spring Hill instant replay on that one. Kobe Baird making the stop there. That's a nice run by Harden, but even better job by Kobe Baird to stick with it and wrap up that tackle. And again, we'd like to thank Attic Storage of Spring Hill for sponsoring our instant replays. So here we go. First and 10 for the Broncos. This is a give to Levi Schramm. And he'll make up plenty of ground. And he'll get a gain of 9 yards on that play. Second down and 1 coming up.
Per Keisha, the running clock is eligible in the second half of the contest, unless there's an agreement made. So that's the information I found off the Keisha website. So that's why the clock was not running in between. For those of you that are wondering.
Second down and timeout called by J.C. Harmon. It's their second one they'll use, and we'll take a timeout with them. 10:39 to go in quarter number 2. Spring Hill leads at 47-0.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
10.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Spring Hill inside the J.C. Harmon red zone at their 16-yard line. Second down and 2 yards to go.
Second and a short 2 for the Broncos.
As we have Blaise Rodina, the quarterback, in. The freshman is the new quarterback for Brennan Dubert, and out comes Coach Bouchard, and I think he's going to ask about the game clock.
Well, it makes sense to discuss it now, per whatever Keisha says. The coaches can decide.
Coach Bouchard in his first playoff run with the Broncos staff, and he's now going to talk to Athletic Director Clay Freegon about the ruling, and I'm sure that's going to be relayed to us momentarily. This is a second down give to Silas Folk, who gets to the edge and be brought down inside the 10-yard line. Mark him down at the 7. First and goal coming up for Spring Hill. All right,
there we
rest
go.
of the game, running clock. Here we go, folks.
So it looks like they agreed on it, and we're moving forward.
But then you also have to wonder if the scores ran up even more, could we consider stopping this thing early?
Well, last year when they played Mill Valley, it was 77-0 at halftime, and they stopped the game at halftime. Obviously, Mill Valley is really good, but 77 points in 2 quarters of football is a lot.
Well, we're closing in on about 50. Here's a give up the middle, and it's in for the touchdown. Aiden White in for the score. And the Broncos cash in 6 more.
And, you know, the neat opportunity about this is for the sub-varsity kids. They get an opportunity to play Friday Night Lights, late October. So there are some good things. Our guys are getting rested for St. James, and obviously you feel for the kids at Harmon and their coaching staff. But focusing on our Broncos, that's our job. But our players that have been through the grind all season are getting some time to kind of rest their bodies.
So this is Eckert on for the PAT. Snap good, hold good, kick. Drilled that thing right through the uprights, and the Broncos will start off this second quarter with a score. They lead it 54-0. Clock still ticking as we roll through quarter number 2.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop.
Six-yard touchdown rush for Aiden White. Again, happy Halloween to those who celebrate. Thanks to my partner, Matt Jones, Ken Carbajo behind the camera, braving the cold and rain. I'm Brendan Bolin. Back here in a spooky Hallows Eve here. In Spring Hill. Monte Day takes this one before he's power driven to the ground by Sam Abbott. It's his 4th straight special teams tackle.
What a great form tackle. Had his head up, just hit him right in the chest, drove his feet right to the ground.
And again, we'd like to thank our sponsor in Attic Storage of Spring Hill for sponsoring our instant replay system this year. Attic offers climate-controlled units, RV, and vehicle storage, plus clean, move-in, ready spaces. As a veteran-owned, community-focused business, Attic features monitored 24/7 with friendly on-site managers. Rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at attic-storage.com. And as the clock continues to wind down, don't forget, folks, in half, it's our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We'll look at some scores from around the area, recap this first half, and give you what's to come in half number 2. On first down, this is the new quarterback in, and Grayson throws it downfield and incomplete. There's several Hawks in contention for that. Jace Brewer, he went back to the Wildcat. Shaw Stewart in coverage.
Yeah, he chucked it up pretty well. Kind of again in the jump ball scenario with both teams fighting for possession.
2nd and 10 coming up for J.C. Harmon at their own 15-yard line. And Jonesy, what do you say we look at a first down here for J.C. Harmon?
I think that would be a good positive step for their offense.
On 2nd down, big carry for Harden, and he'll be wrapped up right near the line to gain. And he'll be brought down by Shaw Stewart. You can see a Bronco running off the field. That's Brody Bremerman. Some personnel changes, and how about Peyton McAvoy getting some coaching calls in, and Brooks Berry and Brooks Meyer even getting some calls.
And you could see the coaches got on him as soon as he was doing that. Cut it out.
They're down in a yard to go. This is a give to Harden. Shakes off one before brought down to the backfield. Carson McCormick, one of the first ones to get there. Brooks Hedrick will get credit for the stop. Although I don't even think he's on the field.
Well, somebody was cheering for him when they heard his name.
Yeah, I don't see him out there. 4th down and 4 yards to go. This is a deep ball Lofted downfield, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Shaw Stewart. The ball's ripped out, and it's out of bounds.
And he gets down to inside the 1 yard line. Almost made it.
Had almost a pick six before the ball was stripped out and taken at the 1 yard line.
Fun fact, 2 almost pick sixes, all down inside the 2 yard line.
Incredible. So here we go. 1st and goal at the 1 yard line. The young Broncos offense will get the call in, and they're sprinting on quickly.
Love the hustle.
Look at him go.
Well, they only have 5 seconds till the play clock ends, so.
Rodin is in at quarterback. And the give up the middle for the touchdown is in. Levi Schrum is in for the score. A 1 yard touchdown rush, and the Broncos will make it to the 60 mark. Aiden Odell is on for the PAT.
Setting up the next point, number 35, Aiden Odell.
Ninth different Bronco to score tonight. Odell's kick is tipped, and it is still good.
Kick is good, making the score Spring Hill 61.
Make it a 61-0 lead for Spring Hill. We'll go picture-in-picture on this timeout thanks to our sponsor, Strode Orthodontics.
Here at Strode Orthodontics, we are a single doctor practice, which means that I am the only orthodontist here in the practice. I will be the one guiding you through your care journey. With our experienced staff, your appointments will be more efficient and more comfortable. We love treating kids as well as adults. We want you to be happy with your experience during orthodontic treatment as well as your smile at the end. I love when patients tell me that their smile has improved their confidence and their quality of life, because a smile is for a lifetime.
Back in here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and I know you mentioned before we cut you off there that picture-in-picture, it's used for wrestling, but also, you see it in the professionals.
Right.
They use it on timeouts, and figured I'd use one there. Why not? As this kick is underway, and it's going to roll all the way to the end zone for the touchback. So Keegan Eckerts will get his touchback. And the Hawks will set up shop at the 20-yard line. So we're closing in on the last few plays of the first half. And, of course, our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming up. And for Spring Hill, they're cruising right through this game. And I'm sure discussion will be made on the status of if we'll play 2 more quarters. But
I would agree. The band looks like they're going to perform, so we'll get to enjoy that.
I'm sure we'll get word from Clay Freegon, the athletic director, on the status. But make it an extra sub-varsity game for the young guys. Hard in on a first down carry, ripped down at the 20-yard line by Walker Gatlin.
Tackled by number 89, Walker Gatlin.
Got an update from Eudora. I guess they're at 50-0, 2 minutes left in the first half, so a game not much different than ours. They're playing Coffeyville, Field Kinley High School.
I assume you got that from Coach Erpelding?
From Coach Erp.
Of course. And this will be the last play of quarter number 2. Another give to Hardin, and he'll be tripped up immediately. Big tackle there from Carson McCormick. And that is how we end half number 1. It's the Broncos finding all the right houses and finding all the treats. They lead the Hawks 61-0 as we go to the halftime. We'll step aside and bring you the Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show right after this.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
First Auction Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Back here from the Spring Hill Activity Center, or as we call it, the Shack, as we bring you our halftime show presented by Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. This is Brendan Bullen, and I'll break down the scoring for the Broncos. It all started off with a 2-yard rushing touchdown for Jordan Miller, and Mason Dodson added a 19-yard rushing touchdown before Hank Kachaver just a 2-yard rushing touchdown as well. Several more Broncos led the way scoring-wise as Jordan Miller needed to get his stats through the air as well. Keegan Folk, 3-yard touchdown reception, and Cameron Wells, a 12-yard touchdown reception on a little screen pass there. And the young Bucks of the Broncos will made their way into the game as well. Sam Abbott, the leading rusher through the ground scoring-wise tonight. 34-yard rushing touchdown for Sam Abbott. Blake Caldwell had a 29-yard rushing touchdown. Aiden White, a 6-yard rushing touchdown. And Levi Schrum just had a rushing touchdown of just a yard. And our score at the halftime, Broncos 61, J.C. Harmon 0. As the Spring Hill Bronco Marching Band, the second best in the state of Kansas at the KBA competition. Again, congratulations to the Broncos marching band, always so talented, always so phenomenal week in and week out with their shows, and rightfully so, in their costumes, getting it done. A Halloween-themed show tonight for the fans here, changing it up as the Broncos varsity guys will get rested, and of course they'll get ready for next week's game between the winner of Shawnee Heights and St. James. We'll get that score for you when Jonesy comes back, or of course right here on our Michael Grant Farmer Financial Services halftime show. And this has been a Broncos game where they just get younger and younger into their depth chart and just continue to find ways to run up the score and get their guys in, get them feeling competitive, get them to the atmosphere of playing on a Friday night. That's kind of the goal that Coach Bouchard, I know, would mention to me, and certainly getting the guys an extra sub-varsity game always has to be nice. And, you know, they wrapped off their season, the freshman team and the JV finishing 8-0, but they played really tough schools, like Washburn Rules, a team they had to face, and that's a tough 6A opponent you're going to have to see. So for the Broncos, it was a matter of getting their JV guys out there, getting them to experience a 5A environment and having a blast with it. So gotta love to see the Broncos still performing and still going as they perform the old fight song there. As the Broncos, again, 61-0 at halftime over J.C. Harmon. We'll step aside briefly and give you our Elliott Insurance Group area matchups. That's coming up next on our halftime show, presented by Farmbureau Financial Services. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Line, presented by Sturdy Orthodontics.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live. And Jonesy, I promised you a surprise, so
hey.
Here we go. This is my second Halloween back in 2006.
Number 1 and number 2. Right, I love it. 2006. I was not 2.
Of course, my twin sister Marissa right there. As
Very
Minnie
cute.
Mouse, I was Mickey Mouse, and I don't know why my face looked like that, but
You know what? If you question why kids make the faces they do, you're going to be in for it. You never know.
Back here to Michael Grant at Farnborough Financial Services halftime show. And Jonesy, your initial thoughts?
I think this is going about how we thought it would. It's just, you give credit, like we said at the beginning of the game, give credit to the kids that are, literally just showing up for Harmon tonight, and the coaches who are showing up for those kids. And, it's hard when you haven't won a game. And, again, their win is a forfeit. So, they haven't won a game this year. And it stinks. I've been on teams that weren't very good, and it's hard to show up for practice every day when you're going to go out and you're going to lose a game and it's not going to be close. That's hard. So the kids that are out there that are continuing to run off the field and run on the field and hustle and execute their offense and play defense and tackle and block, you got to give every single one of them a ton of credit for, just fighting through it. They're learning a lot of life lessons here, even though they're in a lopsided game. They're learning that, sometimes it's okay and you just got to keep fighting until it's over.
And we'll take a look at our Elliott Insurance Group area matchup scores. Bishop Miege all over Atchison right now, 34-0, that one in the second quarter. Halftime in Shawnee, Mill Valley leads by just one over the Blue Valley Tigers, 21-20, the score in that one.
Tough first-round game for both of them.
Washington just put up a score. They trail Blue Valley North 28-12. Olathe South over Blue Valley Northwest 14-6 right now.
It's a bit of a surprise.
At the half in Baser Linwood, 14-3 over the Timberwolves of Blue Valley Southwest. Upset watch for Shawnee Mission East. They trail Blue Valley West 35-21 at halftime.
Yep, Jaguars have been playing pretty well this second half of the season.
In the first quarter, Labette County leads Bonner Springs 21-0. Coffeyville over Eudora 50-0. Eudora over Coffeyville 50-0. Almost messed that one up. My apologies. Third quarter game in DeSoto, they lead Highland Park 35-8 right now over the Scots. Tonganoxie leads Fort Scott at halftime, 18-0 in that one. It's been all Chieftains tonight. Holton leads Baldwin by 2, 14-12. That game in the second quarter.
It's a tight game.
Otto over Lansing in quarter number 2, 14-0. Lewisburg over the Blue Comets, 14-0. So there's the Wildcats.
Yep, the Frontier League showing out.
Lawrence Free State over the Olathe East Hawks, I believe. They're the Hawks, 28-13 the score in that one.
You are correct. They are the Hawks.
Halftime for the Purple Dragons. They lead Leavenworth 7-6.
That's a bit of a surprise. That's probably one of the only scores I've heard that's a surprise, but, good for the Dragons. It's a long road up to Leavenworth, and good for them. Traditional 5A power.
29-7, the Thunder lead Shawnee Heights currently. That game closing in on halftime. Halftime at Olathe North, the Eagles lead the Raiders of Shawnee Mission South 14-7. And Gardner Edgerton also played last night. I should mention they beat Shawnee Mission West 56-21.
A lot of lopsided scores in the first round the way Kansas does playoffs.
Paola leads Sumner 42-6. That game closing in to halftime. Aaron Feely and Emma Bain behind the camera got a good one in that one. St. Thomas Aquinas returned, of course, last night, 49-0. And that's all the scores we have. And then also former Spring Hill Bronco coach, Coach Feeback, beating Ruskin 48-0. Big win for the Pirates of Belton in the playoffs. How about that?
Yep, they're on to the next round.
That's our pregame or our area scores presented by Elliott Insurance Group. We'll take one more quick break, and when we come back, third quarter action here from the Spring Hill Activity Center in Spring Hill, Kansas. This has been the Michael Grant at Farnborough Financial Services halftime show right here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
First Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
First Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years.
Here we go, folks. We got 24 minutes left to play in this one as we bring you live from the Spring Hill Activity Center here in Spring Hill, Kansas. Another presentation of Bronco football here on the playoffs on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Back deep to receive the kickoff for the Hawks, number 2, Monte Day.
As Monte Day and Darian Grayson back deep for the Hawks, and it'll be Aiden Odell to kick off for Spring Hill. As everybody who is still cheering on their kids here tonight will stand up in the student section. Student section's still here for the most part. All the parents still here as well. Odell back to kick this one off. And here we go. 24 minutes of football left to play, and somebody jumped early on the Broncos, so looks like they'll move back this kick.
Well,
and the coaches are still going, of course. I mean,
no, they're not going to stop. Doesn't
they're
matter.
not going to stop, yeah. They got to treat this like it's any other game.
Well, and these kids that's next year's group out there, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is, albeit it's a opponent that's not very strong. They're still building for the future of Bronco football right here. They're still running the offense and executing.
Everybody's still up here at the shack. Back to the 35 of the Broncos. They'll kick this one on the ground. And this will be taken at the 25-yard line. And on the return there is Darian Grayson. And he'll be pushed back to the 30-yard line. Carson McCormick on the stop for the Broncos. And back out comes the Harmon defense for the first time this second half.
You got to wonder, are the Hawks going to come out? Are they going to try to throw the ball? Are they going to try to run the ball? Probably a mixture of both. With the running clock, it really doesn't matter if it's an incomplete pass because the clock will continue.
Each time it's a mystery, if we're being honest.
That's fair, yes.
1st and 10, Harmon from their own 31-yard line. This is a give to Hardin, who will be wrapped up in the backfield. Nathan Chialo, the first one to get to him. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. 2nd down and 11 yards to go from the Hawk 30.
You know, in retrospect, they probably should have requested to play this game on a Thursday night.
By all means, yeah. I mean, you mentioned a couple years ago, I think it was around the COVID time, if I'm not mistaken, Eudora played on a Saturday just so kids could trick or treat on Friday.
They did. They moved Halloween.
They moved Halloween. Didn't know you could do that. 2nd down. Brewer, he's going to look long. Incomplete, just off the mark there for his man downfield. And Aaron Simmons. Brody Bremerman in coverage for Spring Hill. It'll be 3rd down and 11 coming up. Again, like we mentioned, the clock is still running, and you go back to kind of midway through the second quarter after the Broncos had a 42-point first quarter. Coach Bouchard talked to the referees, and by agreement, they said, let's keep this game moving. 3rd and 11. Brewer under pressure. He'll step up and run. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Broncos. Now it's still out.
I think it was fumbled and fumbled again.
And the Broncos still will have it. That was Kobe Baird who had it, and then he dropped it. And I think Kobe Baird still had it, and we have an injured Hawk, so we will step aside and let the training staff tend to that injury.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live after the injury timeout, the Broncos back on the field, and this is Brennan Dubert on the field for the Broncos to begin this second quarter. This is a completion out in the flats to Rhett Worthen. There goes Rhett Worthen past the 20, still being trying to pull down. He stays up and he's in from the touchdown.
What a great effort by Durbin.
31-yard touchdown rush, or 34-yard touchdown from Duber to Rhett Worthen, the 10th different Bronco to score tonight.
Worthen showing some great balance all the way through the last 10 yards of the end zone, staying on his feet.
As Eckert will line up for the extra point. Oh, no.
Here it comes. I heard that. You heard it
And
too.
the kick is no good. Maybe intentional.
Geez.
Oh, my goodness.
You just heard 6-7, the score, and the extra points missed. Conspiracy theory, I hope
Everybody in the stadium is doing it. It was named.
To clarify, under 18. Everybody else is like, I don't get it.
Caden's zooming in on it. And you kind of have to acknowledge it as it was named the word of the year.
Hey, whatever, embrace it. There could be a lot worse things coming out of a teenager's mouth, so when they say it, I just chuckle and let them have their little shenanigans. And all right, kids, let's move on.
Okay, so
a little second half excitement for us.
I think we've been treated to a trick more than likely for whoever is tired of their kids saying the word. I know myself as 20-year-old college student will still say 6-7.
Just to be silly.
But not as, I wouldn't say as occasional as most kids now say it, as this one will be rolled all the way to the 10 and be picked up inside the 6-yard line.
The kick is down at the Harmon 6-yard line.
And
The
the Hawks will have 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line as the Broncos will make their way back onto the field. And as much as I think we should have taken a media timeout there, I think you have to just acknowledge the.
I think that the fans were excited about it, and you see the little middle school boys walking around all excited about it. We'll make up for it.
Is somebody dressed up as Vector from Despicable Me in the kids section? That's what it looks like.
I think so.
1st and 10 for J.C. Harmon. It's Brewer in the backfield. He wants to throw on 1st down. 50-50 ball is intercepted. Intercepted by Slade Stewart.
Nice play. Good jump ball.
And they're raising him up in the air.
Well, Seiler's shoving him. I wonder, is that Seiler's younger brother potentially?
Has to be. Andrew Poland is running all the way from the other side to get in on this. Slade Stewart. Big time interception, and I think that's his dad getting high fives right now in the crowd. How about that for the young freshman? And he was just waiting for it. Like a pop fly in the outfield, just waiting to catch it. Brought it down. Broncos will take over at
1st and 10 Broncos.
the Harmon 25-yard line.
25, J.C. Harmon.
On 1st down, Rodina pitches it out to the outside. This is number 88, who is not on the roster. So it'll be a big 1st down pickup, 1st and goal for the Broncos at the 6-yard line. As Rodina will look over at Coach Bouchard to get the play in, and Bouchard's like, get out there.
Ball's carried by number 88. Down to the Harmon 6-yard line. 1st and goal for the Broncos.
And number 88 is a mystery on the roster. 1st and goal. Give up the middle to Silas Falk. He's in for the touchdown. 6-yard touchdown rush from Silas Folk. And the Broncos tack on another score in this ball game.
And you can see the parents looking around cheering for the other parents' kids who are out there getting some playing time. So
Keegan Eckert, or Aiden Odell actually, to set up on the PAT. Rodina on to hold. And the Broncos will tack on 74 points through 3 quarters of play. We've still got 1 more quarter to play. We'll go picture in picture here with the sponsor, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hills Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, 74-0. Broncos lead it. As Odell look to send this one away. Odell sends a laser beam down on the ground and picked up by Darian Grayson. This will be inside the 20, and a bunch of Broncos will push him backwards. As back out comes the Broncos defense, and I look to my right, and there is no coaches in the coaching box. So Coach Heitschmidt and Coach Gray, I believe, is the other one that joins Coach Heitschmidt, are out of the coach's box and will be down on the sidelines for the remainder of this game.
Don't blame him.
So we just have the lone camera guy right next to us. Of course, for the huddle film. So, but I have heard, and funny enough, some of the coaches use our film actually and watch it back. So
do they really? Like the opposing coaches?
I've heard, yeah, some opposing coaches will watch back film on our feed. This is a give to Harden on first down, and it's going to take a lot of Broncos to stop him. Still on his feet. And a big stop by Brody Bremerman.
Hey, good hard down. Love to see him still fighting hard, getting those extra yards.
And J.C. Harmon, for the second time tonight, will move the chains, and it's first down. And did I just hear the Broncos fans say, good for a Hawks first down? And look at them cheering him on. How about that?
Right. Good for them.
I love the sportsmanship from this Broncos faithful. 1st and 10 from the 29, and
That's the end of the third quarter.
the quarter will end. And after 3, the Broncos lead at 74-0. We've got 12 more minutes to play, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the 4th quarter for you here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience and our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stos with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live. We got 12 more minutes, Jonesy.
We can do it.
And the Broncos sub-varsity has certainly been able to stop the Hawks from reaching the end zone tonight. On 1st and 10, it's Harden again, ripped down behind the line of scrimmage. Carson McCormick on the stop. That's Brooks Hedrick. So hard to tell the difference between the 8 and the 9, and it is Brooks Hedrick on the stop there. 2nd down and 14 yards to go from their own 25 is J.C. Harmon. $11 different Broncos have scored tonight. We can only certainly hope that it could be number 12, lucky number 12. 2nd down and 14. And the whistles will blow this thing dead as delay of game on J.C. Harmon. So it is 2nd down and 19 coming up. So the Hawks will have it at their own 20-yard line. Brewer. This is a give out of the backfield to number 3, mystery number 3, who is then torn down.
On the carry, number 3.
And they'll give credit to, I believe that was Kellen Rappelin. One of the first few to get there. Also,
Number 62,
Kellen Rappelin.
Number 55, Warren Love.
And Warren Love, the 2 of the 3 Broncos on the front line making the stop. 3rd down and 19 yards to go from the Harmon 20-yard line. So give to the outside. And he'll be forced out of bounds by Jaden Dodson, the freshman tight end and linebacker.
On the carry, number 3.
Wonder if that's the younger brother of Mason Dodson.
Potentially.
On the stop, number 94.
So 4th down and 19 yards to go, or 17, I'd say, at the 22. 4th and 17. Harmon will go for it here. Brewer the snap. They give to number 3, and he will be taken down. It's a 4 and out for J.C. Harmon. Brought down, of course, in the backfield by Trevor Fleming, the sophomore. And Kellen Rappelin. Turnover on downs for Harmon, and back out will come the young Broncos offense, and they'll have 24 yards to work with.
1st and 10 Broncos.
And I'm seeing it's Nathan Chialo and Kellen Rappelin butting each other at their helmets. I mean, whatever keeps the energy flowing, fellas.
Something.
And out comes the Bronco offense. Blaise Rodina will spearhead the offense as the quarterback. He's under center, and they just tried the tush push there. What do we?
I think they're just going to do a quarterback sneak just to get the clock to run.
All right, so now they'll go back and run a play here. We'll have an extra lineman here at Sebastian Rivers. Second down and 10 yards to go, 24 yards to work with again for the Broncos. Clock continuing to run here, and like you mentioned, the only way they're going to get that clock to start going again is they just pushed it forward. Rodina's under center, and it looks to be he's just going to sneak it again.
Yeah, it's time to just do that up the middle and turn the ball over on downs.
3rd down and 8, pick up a 2 for Rodina. At the Hawks 21-yard line, and for Spring Hill, who was able to get their varsity guys out midway through the second quarter and be able to have them rested and have them healthy. Coming up in time for another probably tough matchup next week. Currently looks to be St. James Academy right here at home again. So the Broncos will see a second straight home game in the playoffs. It's now 4th down and a couple yards to go. 4th and 6 to be exact.
And if it does end up being St. James, which is likely, that should be a really good environment. It should be a fun game. Bleachers will be packed. Really cool environment. Really looking forward to next Friday.
And off go the noisemakers. Rodina under center. Flag flies. Somebody jumped early.
There's a flag on the play.
And they'll repeat 4th down, and it's now 4th down and 11 yards to go. 8:43 local time here in Spring Hill, Kansas. And somebody has a megaphone down there. Fourth down and 11 yards to go, 25-yard line. Rodina under center once again. And he'll push himself forward. Down he goes at the 23, and back out comes the J.C. Harmon offense and the Bronco defense. They'll change sides. What an environment it has been tonight here in Spring Hill, and the Broncos will look to host another playoff game as they're the 3 seed.
Yeah, and I mean, we kind of had the feeling, pretty confident that we would be gunning for St. James next week, and that's kind of been the mentality since the Lewisburg game ended. And
although you got to give credit to the talented seniors on that Shawnee Heights team that we faced last year here at home again, right in this very press box we called it from. Give to the outside on 1st down.
On the carry, number 7, Aaron Simmons.
It was Aaron Simmons on the carry and brought down by a plethora of Broncos. It looks to be that
on the stop, number 39,
maybe some families will get back home in time to be able to take their kids around the block and trick or treat a little bit.
Possibly. I'm sure that.
Now, I will tell you, and I'll say my parents aren't listening, by the way, but it was last year they asked me if I'd be home from college and want to, pass out candy on the front porch, and I said, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I probably have work anyways, and Aaron Simmons is going to be brought down to the backfield.
I preferred passing out candy.
Jaslyn Pringle be on the carry, and the parents are just having fun at this point for the last 4 minutes. If our crowd mic is picking that up, of course, you're getting the Spring Hill Parent Orchestra, we could call it. 3rd down and long. This is Stephenson trying to run and find space backwards, and he'll be taken down
Number 7, Aaron Simmons.
by number 66, and Jaslyn Pringle again. 4th down coming up.
On the tackle, number 90.
And also number 90, who is not on the roster. Fourth down and 16 yards to go for J.C. Harmon at their own 17-yard line. Brewer is back as the only back in the backfield. He'll look to throw. 50-50 ball downfield and incomplete. And out of the hands of Darian Grayson.
Worth a shot.
I think Slade Stewart was back there again. I also think Walker Gatlin as well. So the Broncos will turn the Hawks over on downs, and I believe this will be the final time the Broncos will be, offense will be out on the field. As out they hustle. And you can imagine they're just going to quarterback sneak their way forward. And coming up, our Elliott Insurance Group post-game show will break down this game for you, give you some final numbers and scores, and look forward to what's coming up next week, which we officially can say we will be here next Friday.
Correct.
At the Shack against the winner of St. James and Shawnee Heights, which currently looks to be St. James, and that's who the Broncos will prep for coming up here this coming Friday. Headsets come off from the coaching staff. Players are lined up towards midfield, and on 2nd and 9, it's going to be another quarterback sneak for Blaise Rodina. Clock resets at 40. And the final moments of this game will come to a close. It's a dominant Broncos win over the J.C. Harmon Hawks, who were able to pick up their only win due to a forfeit from Highland Park after
the melee, right?
The melee with Schlegel, yeah.
Schlegel.
Both teams are forced to forfeit their next game and had further talks with the administration, and of course no other incidents have happened, and it's just been very competitive football as the teams will race down towards their respective sidelines. In Spring Hill, the 3 seed, will continue their run in the playoffs back to the regional game as they await the winner of St. James and Shawnee Heights. But they'll play right back here on the Shack on Friday. A home regional game. How about that?
We'll take it.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Broncos and just what this crowd wants. They want a home regional game against whoever they can get.
Right.
Final score here from the Shack, 74-0. Broncos headed back to the regional game. We'll step aside for just a brief moment. When we come back, our Elliott Insurance Group postgame show. We'll break down this one, give you some scores from around the area that are probably still going. Maybe some scores are final, but we'll take a look at that for you. Coming up next here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Line, presented by Strode Orthodontics. The Broncos victorious on Halloween.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a 3rd-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live. 2 more Halloween photos for you. Another special treat added onto the win. Me as Captain America back in 2012, 2013, and me as a mobster in 2015.
You look like mafioso.
As we're back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, the Broncos take down J.C. Harmon. A final score of 74-0 as this postgame show presented by our friends at Elliott Insurance Group. At Elliott Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both. With offices throughout the area and online at elliottInsuranceGroup.com. And Jonesy, I just want to get your first initial thoughts of this game, your final thoughts.
I mean, there's not a whole lot to say other than the Broncos came out and dominated, and they did what they needed to do. It's, at the end of the day, they got the win, and they're advancing on to St. James. And luckily, nobody got hurt. Some of the starters, upperclassmen, got rest. So that's all you can ask for in a game like this.
11 different Broncos scored in this game tonight. And what does that say about the future of this program headed forward?
Well, you like to see the youngsters getting a lot of playing time, and that's really important for them. And having to experience Friday Night Lights and just being able to go out and run the offense with the varsity coaching staff, calling the plays, calling the defenses.
You look at Coach Bouchard with a big smile on his face, talking to his staff, and you got to love the culture that, he already has embraced in here and that he's continuing to build here in Spring Hill. What a job he's done. And this man knows playoff success. And he certainly will get his guys ready for next week. A tough matchup against the Thunder of St. James Academy.
Right, and those our kids will be fired up. There's a lot of kids over the last couple years that have decided that they were going to change schools, and oddly, it was St. James. So I think there's going to be some extra intensity next weekend, and I'm excited to see it.
You mentioned last year was Tyson Beshore, and this year, Corey Kirkner, who currently plays for the Thunder right now as a junior. We'll be seeing him next week, and I'm sure those kids will want to get the last laugh, especially in a game like this. But you mentioned St. James has been kind of the 5A top dogs, along with Aquinas. Mill Valley is there as well, and I think these kids will be fired up, and knowing what Coach Bouchard brings to the table, certainly I think these kids will be better than, most schools will be advertised as.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they'll be fired up. Both teams will be fired up. It'll be exciting, and I can't wait for next Friday.
Doesn't matter the score, doesn't matter the occasion, doesn't matter who they're playing. These kids have been fired up and ready to play week in and week out, and they always brought fight, especially you go back to that loss against Eudora. They were still fighting, and they only lost that game by 4 points.
Right. And then that was a competitive game, and, in talking with some of the Eudora people, if that game was played 10 times, it'd probably be split. It'd probably be 5-5. So we learned a lot from that game, and we're ready for the Thunder.
They're ready for the Thunder, but you can't have Thunder without lightning, and the Broncos are full of charged energy. We'll take a look at some scores from around the area. Mill Valley leads 28-20 in the fourth quarter over the Tigers, if I'm not mistaken on that one. Bishop Miege at half. They lead the Phoenix of Atchison 43-0. Blue Valley North currently over Washington, and that's in quarter number 3. 42-12 that score. Olathe South over Blue Valley Northwest right now 21-14. 21-10. Baser leads over Blue Valley Southwest. No score reported yet from Shawnee Mission East and Blue Valley West.
West was winning that game 35-21.
Yeah, that was a halftime score, and there's still no been update on that one. Labette County all over Bonner Springs right now. 35-10, that score is at the half. Eudora wraps up their game against Coffeyville. Eudora takes down the Tornadoes, I believe they're called, 56-6. Final of that one. DeSoto all over Highland Park, 49-8 the score. No score reported on Tonganoxie yet. Holton over Baldwin at the half, 28-12. Ottawa and Lansing, I still see second quarter 14-0. Cyclones lead that one. No score reported yet on Lewisburg and Chanute. Lawrence Free State all over Olathe East right now, 47-27 in the third quarter. And I actually just got word, 28-10 the final score of that game between Baser and Blue Valley Southwest. The top seeded Bobcats move on. Still 7-6 halftime score I get for Pittsburgh and Leavenworth, but I certainly can check the YouTube. And Jonesy, if you want to rattle off any more I missed.
I'm not seeing any more that have been updated since we gave them at halftime, so there's probably still most of the fourth quarter left for most of the games. So
I do want to check that Pittsburgh score. However, that's definitely going to be a really, really good game. I mean, the Dragons all over Leavenworth right now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's surprising. They're pulling away.
It is audio only, unfortunately. That broadcast is. I wonder what happened on that one, but the score of that one is Leavenworth is up 25-20 over the Purple Dragons.
Oh, so Leavenworth has pulled ahead. Interesting. Okay. Our data is off.
We'll check in on our friends Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan and Tonganoxie. That game looks to be done and over with. The final score of that one, Tonganoxie 45, Tigers 0. So Tonganoxie will be playing Bishop Miege in the regional matchup.
Go Chieftains.
Go. I won't comment any further on that, but got to root for my alma mater, of course.
That's right. Look, we're cheering for the Frontier League.
We are cheering for the Frontier League. St. James and Shawnee Heights, 36-7 I still see. And then, of course, we mentioned it's all pretty much the scores from Friday night and then all the scores that have been updated to us. But let's talk about next week's game in St. James. We know we talked about it further, but if Spring Hill were able to pull off this one, how big would that be for a statement for the state of Kansas especially?
Well, I think it'd be a huge statement, and getting one of the perennial powers, eliminating them, and that's just a step in the right direction for the Bronco program. And the next round is something we've struggled to get by in the last few years. We've been able to get by the first one just fine due to the nature of the playoffs, and we ran into a buzzsaw in DeSoto 3 years ago. Last 2 years we've played Mill Valley in the second round. So this would be a big hurdle for the Broncos to get over. And in the Coach Bouchard area, we're just moving. And those little, just winning one more playoff game a year is huge for the kids that have been there before, been there, done that. Coaches have been there, done that, and experienced it.
And I think certainly you mentioned that. I mean, we talk about it. There's been several teams that have been able to shoot down the Thunder, but I think there's a lot of teams that definitely could be ready to take their shot. And Spring Hill happens to just be the team next up based off of how this playoffs got seeded. And
sure.
And unfortunately, the Broncos look to be having possibly a sub-state run outside of, they'd have to face Blue Valley North first off. And you look at what they're doing right now against Washington, and then Pacer-Linwood would have to be kind of the last test. And the Bobcats look to be phenomenal, and we'd
really
see
good.
them again year in and year in.
Right.
I mean, but of course didn't fall right, but the Broncos, I think, is still, they're ready for the challenge next week.
Right, and they've got to beat them regardless. I mean, it doesn't matter. You got to beat who's in front of you, and next week it's the Thunder, and the week after that, likely either the Jaguars of Mill Valley or the Aquinas Saints. So, you got your two perennial state powers in 5A on the bottom, and both of those schools are moving out of 5A next year. So the Broncos and the Thunder next week they're looking at showing each other who's boss moving forward in 5A football.
Well, here we go, folks. Playoff football continues here on Spring Hill Sports Live. We'll have this game for you next week. Coverage begins at 6 p.m., our pregame show. Make sure to check our social media pages to follow for updates. But we're always in the custom that we're going to be able to stream this game with the camera on the field no matter what. That's what we come here to do, and that's what we're going to continue to do. And we'll make sure to update you if anything were to change. But that'll do it for us here for Week 9, starting off the playoffs right. The Broncos will head to regionals as they take on St. James Academy, the Thunder, next Friday. For my man behind the camera, Caden Grabajo, and my partner here in the booth, Matt Jones, I'm Brendan Bolin, signing off from the shack in the hill. We'll see you next week. Have a great night, and go Broncos.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage.